Hello everybody. Right, firstly a big thank you to the geezer who pointed out, because I did this video yesterday and he said it's probably not a good idea to stick your name and address in big letters on the channel thing. He said probably fine, but probably not a good idea. And I thought, no, I haven't done that. Went through, and of course, yes, I held up company ID with my name and address all over it. So unfortunately, when I deleted the video, I also deleted the guy who left the comments. So mate, whoever you were, thanks very much for the heads up. Right, so the thing is, like I said yesterday, when it's been a bit quiet lately, so it's not so easy to work out what to do on videos. I can't tell everybody. I've just finished Argos. Can't tell you every day I've just done Argos. I haven't done it every day, but so I started picking back through like ideas of ones that I haven't done yet that I should have done. And there's one. I thought when I started, there was a load of terms that come up on the app, on the exchange, and you think, what does that mean? And I thought I'd done it and I haven't, so I'm going to do it again. I did it yesterday, I'll do it again. Firstly, the one that you'll probably come across a lot will be POD. POD stands for, and I forgot this yesterday as well, something, hang on a second. Yeah, so I should know this. POD stands for proof of delivery. And what it means is when you get to the end of the delivery, it's basically a receipt. So you give them the goods and you get a receipt to say that you've got the goods. Otherwise, who's to say that you just took the goods round to your mate Trevor and sold them all on? Not that I would. He's a lovely guy, Trevor, but I mean, I really should take the goods where they need to go to. So basically what you'll get is a delivery note. And I've mocked up a little Mickey Mouse delivery note. Delivery note looks something like this. Now, what you have on the delivery note, you want 5 things on a POD. You want a brief description of where it's from. That's this. I'll pretend it's from the BBC. Where it's going to. I'll kind of pretend it's going to Luton Airport. The date, which is there. And you want a signature and you want a print of the guy who takes the goods off you. So as far as you to and from, you can be as like, you know, as in-depth as you want. It can just be like the company name and maybe a postcode. If you've got time, fill in all the details. So this is one that I printed off, but I mean, it looks a bit shabby in its cut. What I tend to do, these I've just got a spares. I use this firm. I did, for no other reason than they worked out really well. You can get it on Amazon. They're called Ocean Pads. They're about £6-7. I haven't got a link or anything. You just go to Amazon, type in proof of delivery pad, and that comes up. But somebody actually sent me a load of free pads, sent out some free pads. He done something for them. So I've got, once that's out, I've got 5 pads, free ones to use. So POD, not to be confused with POB. POB stands for package on board, which means once you've collected something and you've got it on board, someone you can say POB. Doesn't come up very often, but it might. And you just think, well, what's that? Is they written it down wrong? No, POB is something different. On a similar note, when the jobs are pinged, you'll see it will say, always check your times, because you know I've done it before. I've turned up and realised it's for 5 o'clock the next morning. There is actually a video out there, 3 things not to do on the exchange. I'm going to put your links up. Might not be there yet, but I'll get around to it. It might be the other side. Not sure. Yeah, one of them was where I basically bought a job, turned up and realised I didn't have to be there till 5 o'clock next morning. Pilot error. There you go. So you'll come up as GMT. Sometimes it comes up as BST. And I thought, what does that mean? It's like best effort, best guess, as quickly as you can get there. BST stands for British Standard Time. It's exactly the same as GMT. It just means time. So there you go. Now, there's some other bits you'll come across. There's a guy asked me, he said about backloads and hot shots. He said, what's the difference between a backload and a hot shot? I have done a video on this. Again, I'll put a link there or a link there as soon as I get home, as soon as I get around to it, and it will take you to that video. Alternatively, if you go to the website, which you'll be able to get from the end screen or the end screen from somewhere else, or if you type in petercoath.com, all the videos are on the website. And on the top of the website, there's a search bar. So any queries you've got about anything, you can type in, you know, pallet truck, or POD, or how does the app work, or backloads, and it will ping up any videos, because YouTube don't do this, but the website will, and it'll ping up any videos. So if you've got a query about something, go to the website, put it in the search bar. Odds are, I've been doing this a little while, there might be a video that helps you. In the meantime, 3 other things I want to address. ADR. ADR is basically, it's a French term, it's a long term. If it picks up 3 words, it's like accident, dangerous, something like that. And it basically, it's a rule of transporting chemicals. So if you'd be transporting chemicals or batteries or something with acid in, you have to do a course on it, and you get the course, you get qualified as ADR, which means that you can move an ADR gear. And if an ADR job comes up, you can bid more money. Because there might be a load of people out there with a Luton van. There's not going to be a load of people out there with a Luton van that's also got ADR trained. Similarly, if it's a fridge, similarly if you've got a flatbed, similarly if it's a car transporter, the jobs don't come up anything like as frequently, but when they do, you'll get more money for them because you're the man for the job. And I've thought before, well, when just tell them I'm ADR qualified, how do they know? The ADR vans, you'll notice, they're the ones with kind of like flick down metal plates at the front. They've got stickers on the back, they'll know. So, yeah, so if it says ADR, if you're not ADR qualified, not for you, I'm afraid. Sorry. Another one that comes up is FORS, F-O-R-S, must be FORS Silver. FORS, or must be FORS accredited. FORS is the Fleet Operation Regulatory System, or something like that. Once again, as I've said, there are going to be a load of people that are cringing now because I'm getting it all wrong. But just put it in the notes, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'll do it on a Sunday Q&A, we'll pass it on. But sometimes they want a van. Basically, the newer, nicer, smarter, more compliant your van is. If it's brand new, you know, it's going to be FORS Gold probably, or FORS Silver. It's got the right brakes and the right qualifications. I mean, I've had jobs before where I got on once and the guy turned up and he said, are you FORS? I had the job, I bought it normally. He said, are you FORS Silver? And I went, no. I think we had to do a thing where we had to move the gear off of my van onto another van so it could drive 3 yards into the place so someone else could take it with a full truck. It's bizarre. But there you go. It's something that requires FORS. Once again, if you're FORS accredited, I don't know how you do it. I'm sure you just Google it. Someone else will tell me how you do it. Hopefully, we'll put it on the Q&A on Sunday. And if you're FORS accredited and it says you need FORS Silver, you're going to be able to quite more money on that job because not that many people are going to be FORS accredited. And finally, the one that came unstuck yesterday, company ID. If it says company ID, it means it's an airport. Anything asking for company ID is an airport. Sometimes you can get away with 2 forms of ID, like your proper ID, like your driving licence and your passport, but sometimes it wants company ID. The thing about company ID is it doesn't mean anything. You can bash it out on a computer. My daughter bashed this out for me. There's my ugly mug. And then it's his name, and underneath my address, and then underneath it will say your company and an expiry date. It needs an expiry date. The thing is with this one, it's not so clever. I think it's basically too big. I think it should be half the size. Maybe if I had actually it's laminated, that's kind of cool. And maybe if it had sort of the company logo on, if it had Van Gogh on it, or you can get but if you've got a semi-adept 11-year-old in your house, I dare say that they can bang you out company ID, and then you just get them to take it down, get it laminated, then you've got company ID, set the expiry date for 2 years from now, even get them to bang out one 4 years now, 6 years now, have them all stepped up. I haven't worried too much about it because airport jobs can be very nosy. They tend to, when you know it's company ID, you know it's an airport job. There's a good chance they'll keep you waiting for an hour, 2 hours. You can get waiting time. They're just painful. So I haven't gone overboard with that one. But there's a few things that I've covered that when I started I didn't know what was about. Anything else? Any other questions? Think, well, I didn't understand that term, let me know. I'll do it on Sunday, and if I don't know it, I'll ask someone to tell me. In the meantime, I've finished Argos. I'm now waiting for a job on my way home. It's a lovely sunny day. Yeah, that's kind of it. Now what to do, guys? Take care, take money.